So we're just going to start in a nice, easy seat or sukhasana, easy pose, easy seat. And easy means whatever that feels like to you. Maybe having a soft blanket, encouraging you to grab a couple blocks today, or pillows, maybe even a couple books that are the same size if you're practicing from home. We are going to be using the blocks today if needed. So moving through a little bit of a powerful flow that's going to have some movement, maybe building some tapas or some heat so that we can start to burn away those parts of our body, the parts of our thoughts that really don't serve us anymore. So we're going to create some space and then we're going to build some heat. I love the analogy or the metaphor of the phoenix, right? So the phoenix gathers all of these pieces to build a nest, and that nest signifies all of the stories, the patterns, the agreements, many of which no longer serve us. And she collects this nest of all of the old stories and then lights it aflame. And those flames are what give rise to the phoenix and the powerful side of each of us that want to rise out of our story, out of a nest that has kept us down for way, way, way too long, to rise into what is our greatest gift and the highest version of ourselves. So keeping that analogy, keeping that metaphor, or even that vision of a phoenix here today, maybe bringing that visualization into your belly, your solar plexus. When we hold that energy in the solar plexus, that's where we bring all the tapas and the heat. We bring that into the belly as kind of our furnace that keeps everything lit, illuminated, bright, and on fire. Good morning, Crystal. So nice to see you, my dear. So we were just talking about that metaphor of the phoenix rising from the ashes to create and fly into the life of his or her most highest potential. So starting in an easy seat today, maybe that's just a crisscross, maybe it's a half lotus, and then just placing the hands on the lap into a comfortable position, taking a deep cleansing breath in, maybe even elongating the spine on the inhale. And then on the exhale, softening your chin down slightly, but keeping that nice long spine. Notice if the knees want to crawl up a little bit. See if you can just gently soften the knees, the ankles, the chin. Closing the eyes and bringing that beautiful awareness into the core of your being. Just above your navel, your solar plexus or manipura, your place of self-awareness, self-actualization, and knowing who you are. Knowing who you are is the key to walking through the door that offers everything you've ever wanted. So with the eyes closed, encouraging you, inviting you to place your hands over your navel, right at the belly. For these next 3 breaths, seeing if you can, on the inhale, inflate the belly, inflate the torso, inflate the chest, a 3-part yogic breath. So we'll do that 3 times, taking a nice soft exhale here. And then a big breath in through your nose. Feel your belly fill up, your chest all the way up, and then exhaling nice and slow out your mouth. At the base of the exhale, close the mouth. Inhale, deep breath into the belly, the torso, the chest. Long exhale as you ride the exhale all the way down. This time a little breath retention, inhaling into the belly, the torso, the chest. Hold at the top of the inhale. Feel that full breath in. And then open mouth, exhale to release. Bringing your breath back to neutral, a soft rhythm of an inhale and exhale. Feeling your belly rise and fill. setting an intention for your practice. Moving to your edge is okay, but never past it, especially as we move through a tapas flow or a flow that might bring some heat. So setting that intention for how you plan and intend to move energy, not just here on the mat, but as you move throughout your day. We'll take one more cleansing deep breath in, adding a vocal tone to your exhale. Awesome, my loves. Drawing your hands to your lap when you're ready, really dropping your chin down to your chest. Butterfly your eyes open, find a focal point on the earth. Bring that beautiful bright smile to your face. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And then gently lifting your chin over your heart. Maybe even wiggling the fingers out, sending the hands left to right, wiggling out the arms. We're going to start with some shoulder shrugs here. We're going to do this in the sense of a kriya. A kriya is what we would practice in Kundalini yoga. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Hands out to the side body. On the inhale, you're going to shrug your shoulders up as much as you can. And then a big, fast exhale. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale all the way up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale. Reach your shoulders towards your ears. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Good job. Inhale. Shoulders up by the ears. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Already building that heat. Here we go. Breath to movement. Inhale. Reach the hands to the sky. Big breath in. Palms to touch. Exhale. Clear your space. Use that exhale out the mouth if you need to. 2 more. Just like that. Inhaling up. Big exhale. Take up as much space as you can here. 1 more. Inhaling up. And maybe that vocal tone. Exhaling out. Good. This time, inhaling, reaching the hands to the sky. Big breath in. Ride the exhale as the hands come down back behind the body to open up the chest here. Intertwine the fingers. Press your knuckles down towards the base of your spine and open your chest. Wiggle out or rock your head side to side. Say no, opening up the clavicle. Keep pressing your knuckles down towards that root chakra or the base of your spine. Inhale, gazing up. Big stretch here. Exhale as the chin comes down to the chest. Let's play with leaning forward. See if you can keep those fingers intertwined. Maybe those palms make it right over your heart space, but again, not moving past your edge here. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Next, inhale, slowly start to come back to a straight spine. Soften the elbows first. Allow the shoulders to round forward. Release and feel that letting go. Release the bind and inhale, float your hands up over the head. Exhale, soften the shoulders slightly, but keep the hands lifted. Notice here that as you draw your shoulders down, the belly wants to tighten. So this is Uddiyana Bandha, the bandha just above the navel that helps you lock in that power center and that heat. Take up lots of space. Big breath in. And then exhale, paint the sky all the way down. Plant your palms, rotate over the ankles and come into tabletop. So as we move into tabletop, make this your own. Move how your body wants to move. So once you place your palms down, wrists underneath the elbows, knees underneath the hips, start to maybe rock the hips back towards your heels or make circles, opening up your hips. Coming off the rails in any way that helps you to feel the most organically you. Maybe walking the hands forward and rocking the heart towards the earth. Make any shape that feels natural and that feels like your body's calling for. You're setting the stage for your practice, reminding you that my cues are mere suggestions and that you want to move with your body over my cue. So maybe coming back into this neutral tabletop. So coming into a hovering table. So the option here is to place the tops of your feet onto the earth to lift the knees. Or if that's too much, you can loop the toes under. Take a deep breath in, press away from your mat. And on the exhale, lift the knees about 2 to 3 inches off of the mat. So we're here for 3 breaths. You can be stagnant here, or you can scissor and rock the knees and the hips back and forth. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. And big breath in on the 1. Exhale, slowly lower the knees down. Beautiful. Good job. Walking the hands forward, coming into a puppy pose. So with the hands forward, keeping your sitting bones high. So think about a cow pose and lower your belly towards the earth. Then start to continue walking your hands towards the front of your space as you slowly lower on a Hatha asana or heart to earth. Maybe your chin is on the earth, maybe your forehead. Notice if this creates any kind of tension in the shoulders. Maybe you slowly wiggle your hands out to a wider stance. Breathing into those shoulders. Closing your eyes. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more big breath in. Feel your shoulders expanding. Nice long exhale. Coming from puppy pose into Sphinx pose. So as you are ready, start to inhale, lift and lean forward, and then send your hips back, thighs onto the earth. So align your arms here like railroad tracks. Lifting your chest and your gaze is towards the front of your space. Breathing in and breathing out. Round your pelvis down slightly so you're really pressing that sacrum into the earth. And we're really going to engage that solar plexus now, coming into a forearm plank. So we want to do this very slow, very mindfully, and pay attention to the modification. So with the forearms as your foundation, looping the toes under slightly, keep your knees on the earth as you start to lift your pelvis up off the earth. This is a perfectly modified forearm plank, or looping the toes under, lifting the knees, and then maybe pumping the heels towards the back of your space. We're here for 3. For 2, big breath in on the 1, exhale, knees come down, and we find our way back, Sphinx pose. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time. So notice how your body felt there, and remember, stay at your edge, never past it, looping the toes under, keep those knees down, lifting the torso and the low body, and then maybe lifting those heels, the knees up off the earth. We're here for 3. Hug those lower rib cage in. We're here for 2. And 1, drop the knees down. Sphinx pose. Already building that heat here, my loves. When we're ready, we're going to counter that into a child's pose. So maybe press into the palms, send the elbows left to right. As your hands come to frame your ribs, pressing up and then sending your hips back towards your heels. Traditional child's pose, balasana, round through the spine. Feel that counter stretch. Really opening up through that base of the spine, the low back, all the way up to the crown of your head, which is perhaps on the earth, maybe on a block. Bring oxygen all the way down to your low back and counter stretch that Sphinx pose and forearm plank. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. When you're ready, plant those palms down and lift up to tabletop. As we start to transition into our first downward facing dog, walking our hands 1 hand length towards the front of our space here, loop the toes under, and let's take this nice and slow. Maybe send the hips back towards the heels, and then gently we rise up. Downward facing dog as we pedal the left heel towards the earth, the right heel towards the earth. Remembering here that downward facing dog, we don't have to get the heels down. That's not really the point here. What we really want to focus on is elongating the spine. So as we elongate the spine, maybe we even soften the knees a little bit, soften the neck so that the ears are in line with the biceps. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. We're here for one more breath. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, lift up onto your tippy toes this time. Big opening here. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and make your way up to forward fold. So our feet and toes are right behind our wrists here. Inhale to a halfway lift. You can use your blocks here if you'd like. Ride the exhale all the way down to a nice full bow. So we're going to pause here and come into a forward fold or uttanasana of your choice. So maybe you reach for opposite elbows, slight bend in the knees as you bring your heart down towards the tops of your thighs. For another heart opener, perhaps reaching your hands back behind the body to intertwine the fingers. Press your knuckles down towards the base of the spine, maybe even lifting those clasped hands over your heart. Wherever you are in that forward fold, allow your neck to soften, maybe nodding yes, shaking the head no. Really allowing all of the blood, oxygen, and lymph to rush up towards your crown chakra. Take one more big breath in. And if you found a bind, go ahead and release it, fingertips to the earth. Again, one more time, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, bow. Beautiful. So we're going to tuck the chin here, ragdolling to the top, nice and slow. Really press your feet into the earth and remind yourself of the importance of that foundation as we move through our practice here this morning. And then as you reach the top of your mat, moving in a way that feels really safe and grounded. So I'm going to face the camera here and remind you of the importance of what we call pada bandha. So pada bandha is the bandha in your feet. So we're going to practice what that feels like. When we talk about all four corners of your feet, we are not talking about your toes. So I'm going to just guide us through what that means here. So the feet are parallel to one another. You can even look down and make sure that your feet are right next to each other. On an inhale, with those fingertips pointing down and palms facing forward, inhale, lift all 10 toes up off the earth. Now you can really feel those four corners of your feet fully anchored onto the earth. And you can also notice if you're leaning left or right. You can feel the energy drawing up from the tops of the feet and down into your heels. Good. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, plant all 10 toes. So you can feel the difference when you lift your toes. You can really focus on those four corners of your feet and you can lock in to that foot lock. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to move through all three of our sun salutations here today and moving with that place of building some heat. So modify if needed, flow breath to movement if you're able. And here we go, my loves. Soften through your knees. Big breath in. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, palms to touch. Big, slow exhale down to that forward fold. All the way down. Inhale, finds Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, hands slowly float up the calves. Ride the exhale all the way down. Soften the knees here to plant the palms. Step both the right and the left foot back to high plank. Option here is to also be in a tabletop. We're here for 3, big breath in. For 2, on 1, slightly pivot forward, whether on your knees or on your toes. Hug the elbows in and lower belly to earth. Inhale into your variation of cobra. Maybe that's low cobra, high cobra. I'm going to pause in my high cobra and gaze over my right shoulder and then my left. Reminding me to draw my elbows in towards the side body and then gently start to lower down, loop the toes under, find downward facing dog. Beautiful. Find that footing here. Maybe pedal it out if you need to. Inhale up onto your tippy toes. Big exhale. Find the exhale to bend through the knees and then make your way up. Forward fold. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Find that Ardha Uttanasana here again. Exhale to bow. Soften through your knees. Take the hands left to right as you sweep the arms up overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, Samastitihi. Beautiful. Feeling into that sun salutation B as we might build even more heat. So you want to really make sure that you modify if necessary. So dropping the hands down, around and up, palms are facing each other but not quite touching. Exhale into chair pose, Utkatasana. So find your footing here, maybe rocking back and forth from balls to heels. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. One more big breath in. And then on the exhale, big fold forward and down, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Start to feel this beautiful pattern in the body. And exhale to bow. Soften the knees, plant the palms, both feet back, top of a push-up or high plank or tabletop. Big breath in, pivots forward. And then you can start to add in perhaps a vinyasa, including a chaturanga, if that is in your practice. The exhale, we find our way back to down dog. So anchor down through your left heel. Slowly on the inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale as we slowly bring that right foot all the way forward and place the right foot down underneath the right knee. Draw that left heel to the earth. Coming into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 on the inhale. Big breath in. Exhale, soften into the pose. Big inhale. Ride the exhale all the way down. Frame your front right foot. Slowly slide the right foot back. Option to flow here. Feel free to skip it. Moving through your flow as we find downward facing dog. Starting to really feel that heat here. Draw the right heel to the earth. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, knee flows in towards the midline, and then step that left foot all the way through. Lower the right heel to the earth. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, big breath in. Exhale, soften into the pose. Inhale, maybe draw the gaze up. Ride the exhale all the way down. Frame the front left foot. Step it back. Top of a push-up. Inhale it forward and down. Beautiful, my loves. Feel that phoenix rising. All of that heat floating back. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Inhale up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, make your way up, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to bow. At the base of the breath, generously bend into the knees. Inhale to chair pose. Big breath in. Exhale to hold. Here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, mountain pose. Whew. Adjust. Wiggle. Shake it out. Awesome. I love it. Moving through this nice, beautiful flow here this morning, building that heat and being mindful of that edge. So traditional Surya Namaskar. Soften through the knees. Here we go. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Big breath in. Yogi's choice, carving a line down or opening up for that big heart opener as you swan dive down and forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow. Soften the knees, plant the palms, right foot reaches all the way back. Option here to lower your right knee or inhale into a high crescent lunge. Exhale into the posture wherever you are. Inhaling. Exhaling, hands come down to frame your front left foot as you step it back, downward dog. Inhale into the top of a push-up or plank pose. Exhale, knee, chest, and chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right foot forward. Make sure that you give yourself that time to bring the right foot all the way forward. Lowering the left knee or inhaling into that high crescent lunge. Good. Catch your breath here. Big breath in. Exhale, hands float down, framing the front right foot. When you're ready, step it forward. Left foot comes forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're flowing here. Exhale all the way down to a bow. Soften the knees. Reverse swan dive all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment. Let the breath come back around. Beautiful. Keep it going here. Drop the hands down, around and up. Big breath in, palms to touch. Yogi's choice. Make your way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Soften the knees, plant the palms, step the left foot back. Left foot back, lowering that left knee or slowly lifting up high crescent lunge. Good. Take a moment. Inhale. Exhale, float it down and forward. Step the right foot back, downward dog. Inhale, top of a push-up, plank pose or tabletop. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful job, loves. Inhaling, left heel to the sky, and then step that left foot through. Lowering the right knee or lifting up, high crescent lunge. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hands float down, left foot, and then soften the right knee, step it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to that half lift. We made it, my loves. Exhale to bow. Reverse swan dive takes us to the top. Exhale, Samastitihi. So we're going to take a few breaths here. Realign, re-engage, wiggle. Find your way back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Awesome. So this next series, I'm going to encourage blocks, but if you're super flexible in those hamstrings, you may not need them. So I'm going to have my blocks right here at the front of my space, and I'll guide us as we move through. Let's take a deep breath in. Big breath out as we really anchor down through the feet, soften the shoulders, engage the core. Soften through your knees. Reverse swan dive takes us all the way up to the top. And then a big swan dive down and forward, finding that forward fold. Again, inhale, we'll find that halfway lift. And exhale, we'll find our bow. So as you soften the knees here, plant the palms, step the right foot back. So with the right foot back, see if you can leave the right heel lifted. If not, you can lower your right heel to find more of a warrior pose. I'm going to engage here and bring my blocks to frame my front left foot. So the motion here, you can also just have your fingertips on the earth. I'm going to use my blocks to inhale, lift my heart, and straighten my my left leg as I look forward. As I exhale, I'm going to bend into the left knee and drop the right knee down. So the right knee is floating over the earth. Left knee is nice and bent. Left knee over the left ankle. Inhale, I'm going to straighten both legs, draw my nose down to my knee. Big exhale as I lower down, open the heart. Draw the right knee towards the earth. Left knee is bent. Inhale, nose towards the knee. Exhale, bending into both knees, floating that right knee over the earth. Last one, big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Transitioning this time, inhale to straighten, moving my blocks to the side here, planting my palms on either side of that left knee, slide the left foot back, top of a push-up, option to flow. If you're going to flow, pivot forward, hug the elbows in, lower chaturanga to up dog, belly to high cobra, into that downward facing dog. Building that heat here this morning, my loves. Pedal it out, release. You've got this. Inhale up onto those tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop, walk, or float your way up. Forward fold. Inhale to that half lift. Exhale, bow. Soften the knees, reverse swan dive to the top, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. So a beautiful thing about our asana practice is as we start to flow, this next section is exactly the same. It's just the opposite side. So encouraging you to maybe find a softer gaze or release something and trust that your body knows what to do. I'll be here to guide you. Soften hands down, around, and up. Big breath in. Ride your exhale all the way down to forward fold. Honor your body. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale to a bow. Gently soften your knees, plant your palms, send the left foot all the way back. Heel toe that right foot underneath the right knee. And if you need to lower that left heel, please feel free to do so. I'm going to bring my blocks to frame my front right foot. Inhaling as I lift, and I'm just going to clear my space here by gazing forward and really allowing myself to settle into this foundation. Good. Big breath in. On the exhale, bending into that right knee, left knee hovers over the earth. Exhale. Inhale, knee to nose this time. Big stretch in the back of that right hamstring. Exhale, float it down, open your heart. Use your blocks for foundation. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhaling up. Exhaling, lower. Good. Big breath in this time. Moving the blocks to the side as you plant your palms on either side of that right foot. Slide the right foot back, lower the hips down, making sure that you're in that nice plank pose or tabletop. Pivot forward and down. Good, find your flow. Meeting back, downward dog. Beautiful, loves, we have earned it. Pivot forward, lower the knees down, send the knees nice and wide, or keep them together, moving hips to heels, Balasana, child's pose. Give yourself a moment until all that space that we've created. You can almost feel or sense the heat rising through each and every one of your 72,000 nadis. The nadis are these beautiful streams of energy that move from the chakras to the meridians and out into every organ, every cell. Feel your body expanding with love and light. Self-awareness. I am here. I am enough. I am love itself, experiencing this life fully. Breathe. Take one more big, deep, loving breath in and soften, relax everything on the exhale. Gently, when you're ready, starting to lift your gaze. Excuse me. Slowly lifting into a tabletop pose. So option here to stay in tabletop or drawing the knees in, sending the feet back and coming in to a high push-up or top of a plank. Good. So inhale, we're going to come forward on the toes. You can stay in tabletop, no worries, or meet in downward dog. Exhale, send the heels back. Draw those lower rib cage in. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale, heels back. Last one. Inhale forward. Exhale, heels back, and then lifting downward facing dog. Pedal it out. No joke here today. Beautiful. Lower that left heel to the earth. Inhale, right heel to the sky. If it feels safe, exhale, knee to nose. So upper body's fully in plank. The right knee floats in. Inhale to reach it back. Find that length. Find that inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one here. Inhale, reach that right foot back. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward. Gently step that right foot through. Good. Give yourself some space here. Then lower the left heel down. So you've got that nice, beautiful Virabhadrasana or warrior pose. Send the left fingertips forward, up and back. Warrior 2. Beautiful. So breaking down warrior 2 here for just a moment. Softening into your right knee. Opening up through your hips. Sending the shoulders back and down. And then reaching the arms left to right. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. You've got this, loves. On an inhale, reach your fingertips forward, up and back, reverse warrior. Gaze down towards the outer edge of that left heel or up towards your right fingertips. You've got it. Inhale, exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale, back, warrior 2. Good. Hands to the waist. We're going to pivot our hips forward. Lift your left heel. Ground down. Make sure that you feel safe. Little gentle hop of that back foot. Hey now. Good. Crescent lunge. Hands down, around, and up. So again, you can come into more of a warrior 1. We're definitely going to be working here through a twist and through the abs. So take a deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to drop the right hand down and twist as much as you can or feel comfortable here. Fingertips towards the left and right hand side of your space, or perhaps you're just in a warrior 1 posture or crescent lunge. Breathe. You've got this. One more deep breath in. Exhale, right hand drops down, hands all the way back up again, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold. No joke. Slide that left foot back, top of a push-up, meeting in downward facing dog, taking a vinyasa if it feels safe, if you've got that heat. If not, honoring your body, finding what feels good. Pedal it out. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Draw your right heel to the earth, left heel to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Not rushing the breath here. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, reaching it back. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward, loves, and step the left foot through. Slowly draw the right heel towards the earth. When you're ready, right fingertips forward, up and back. Taking a moment, adjust. Heel to heel or heel to arch. Soften into that left knee. Open up through those hips, adding in your beautiful arms. Breathe. Good. One more breath. We transition. Low body stays the same. Inhale, reach your fingertips forward, up and back. Reverse warrior. Feeling a little shake in my body, reminding me that's the heat, the tapas, the fire. I welcome it. Inhale. Exhale takes us back. Warrior two. Hands to the waist. Option to slowly come forward, finding that crescent lunge, or warrior one if that feels more comfortable. When you found your footing and you're really here into the earth, inhale, hands to the sky. Option to stay here in crescent lunge or warrior one, or adding it on, adding a little twist, drawing that left hand all the way back and finding that twist. You can also just drop your hands to the waist, play with where your edge is, honor it. Big breath in. Exhale, float that left hand down. Palms are facing each other one more time here, loves. Inhale. Exhale, fold it down and forward. Slide that left foot back. Option to flow. Feel free to skip it. Beautiful. One big breath here in down dog. Reminding you, soften your knees and feel the release. And then gently walk your hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so strong. Exhale, bow. Soften through your knees here. Reverse swan dive takes us to the top. Big breath in, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. So my mat is a little puffy today. So I'm going to step off the mat as we come into our peak pose. Our peak pose today is going to be a variation of Warrior 3. So Warrior 3, really, now that we've built that strength in the legs, we've twisted and built some energy in the solar plexus, starting in Tadasana, mountain pose. Slowly soften your knees. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Big breath in. I'm going to teach to the modification here, and as I exhale, bringing my hands to my waist. Sometimes bringing the hands to the waist can help you to feel grounded. If your hands feel better overhead or reaching to the side body, please honor that. So we're going to start by just gently lifting the right heel and anchoring down through that left foot. So really important that we want to keep the hips as square as possible. So with the hands on the waist, maybe start to lean the heart forward as you slowly start to kick the right heel back. Maybe your right toes make it to the earth and you just reach your hands out. Looking at the screen, this is a perfectly acceptable Warrior 3. Maybe you continue to float that right heel towards the sky, dial the right hip crease down, and then find maybe Superman arms, or perhaps reaching your arms all the way over the crown of your head. Beautiful. Breathing in, breathing out. One more big breath in. And on the exhale, unwinding and seeing if you can come in a one-legged Tadasana, hands to heart center. Exhale, traditional Tadasana. Rock it out. Wiggle that left ankle out. Good job. Beautiful. So moving into Virabhadrasana 3, opposite side, taking into consideration what feels good and not moving past that edge. Here we go. Soften through your knees. Inhale, slow swan, reverse swan dive to the top. Maybe it feels best to leave your hands here. I'm going to drop my hands down to the waist. Beautiful. So then gently focusing on your right foot, bend the left knee, lift the left heel. Don't get sassy in your hips. That's for later. Bringing those hips to square. Lean your heart forward, maybe soften into that right knee, and then play with reaching that left heel back. Again, gazing at the screen, perfectly acceptable warrior 3. Maybe I continue to lift my left heel towards the sky. Maybe I create a straight line from my hands to my heel. Maybe I wobble. Everything is acceptable here as long as you're honoring your body, your mind, your spirit. Breathing in. Maybe on the exhale, drawing that left knee up, one leg Tadasana, and then slowly lowering it down. Wiggle it out. We are so perfect in all of our imperfections, and I welcome it all. So it should feel really good to release the low back here in a wide leg stance. So we're going to take the feet wide, wider than the hips, and then rock the hips from side to side. Good. Dropping your hands down and then inhaling, reaching your hands all the way up. Exhale, soften the shoulders. So we're going to inhale, and then on the exhale, we're just going to lower halfway down. So creating kind of this straight spine. Arms are reaching out over the crown of the head. If it's too much, go ahead and bring your hands all the way down to the earth. Draw that navel, that solar plexus up and in. One more big breath, and then ride your exhale all the way down. Round through your low back. So think about a cat pose. As you press into your fingertips, tuck your chin to your chest and round into that low back. Maybe even bending the knees left to right. Countering that Virabhadrasana 3 and all of that heat that we've been building today. Then maybe plant your palms. Keeping the legs nice and straight, maybe heel toeing your feet out a little farther to make sure that you feel really grounded and safe and comfortable. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, tighten your belly. Start to walk your hands over to the left. So the left wrist is in front of the left toes. And I use my right hand here right at the midline to just anchor. If you have that ninja pose or that half split in your practice, you can soften into your left knee. As you soften into the left knee, make sure you draw your left heel in for foundation, lowering down, and then maybe that right foot comes up towards the sky. Maybe you can bring Anjali Mudra to your heart or find a bind back behind the body. Yogi's choice, also an option to hold a pillow or block in front of you. This is one of those postures that you can really find a place to settle in. Beautiful. Take one more breath, open up into that right inside of the thigh. And when you're ready, lean forward, use your hands as that foundation and lift back up to wide leg forward fold. Adjusting, maybe rocking the hips out. Again, maybe on an exhale, round into that extended standing cat pose. And then come back to neutral, hands to the earth. Walking the hands all the way over to the right wrist in front of the right toes. Use your left hand as foundation. If you choose to lower into your right knee, draw your right heel in, and then maybe those left toes come up towards the sky. You can use your right elbow to really press into that right knee, straighten the spine, bringing the palms to touch. A block or a pillow underneath your bottom is really great here. One more breath. And then finding a place to place your hands to the earth and gently guide yourself back, wide leg, forward fold. From this wide leg, when it feels safe, when you feel grounded, heel toe the feet all the way in. Big toes to touch. Good. Inhale to a halfway lift. Big exhale down to a bow. Fingertips to the earth, crouch and curl, lean forward, lift the heels, really bend into the knees here. So my chest is right on the tops of my thighs. And then you can walk your hands far out to the left and right. Again, tuck your chin round into your spine. Beautiful. When you're ready, finding a place to settle down, sit on your bottom, and come down to the earth. Awesome. So just taking a moment here to take a little bit of the weight off of that low back, drawing your hands underneath the knees, draw your knees in, and then lean forward and just give yourself a nice, beautiful hug over the front of the knees. Tuck your chin and take 3 breaths here, noticing as you soften your shoulders, soften your low back, bringing yourself to a place of love, contentment, acceptance. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhaling, just looking up, and then gently releasing, finding that place to bring your hands back underneath the knees. So we can't work on our Manipura solar plexus if we don't do a little ab stuff. So here we go. I love me a boat pose, and I love the way that I can kind of get there in stages. So reaching the arms straight, nice straight spine, and then maybe lifting the heels until my toes start to kind of flow back. As soon as you're able to lift your feet, this is a beautiful boat pose and totally okay to stay right here. If you can, bringing your feet to about 90 degrees, and then just dropping the left heel down. And then changing left to right, maybe even bringing the arms out for a little bit more challenge. We're here for 5. Holding on here, we're here for 4. Drawing those lower rib cage in, we're here for 3. We look adorable, we're here for 2. I just want to do this all day. We're here for 1. Drawing those feet all the way back up, toes to touch, hands underneath the knees, soften into your back body and roll it back. Oh, sweet Mother Earth, that feels amazing. Rock those hips from side to side. Maybe opening up into a variation of happy baby, rotating out those ankles. Beautiful work. It's going to feel really good here to draw the knees in and then legs up the wall. So slowly reach those legs towards the sky, flex the feet so that you kind of feel like you're pressing into a box. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Awesome. So moving through a little bit more core work here so you can release and soften those ankles. So I'm going to keep the left toes kind of pointed towards the sky. We're going to drop that right heel about halfway down. So this is already quite engaged for your solar plexus. To add on, encouraging you to tighten your belly. Exhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, and then bring your fingertips to touch behind your left knee. Pointing your left toes, pointing your right toes, hugging your rib cage in. 3. Big breath in for 2. Big breath in on 1. Slowly bring those feet back towards the sky. Drop the head down. Lower the head down. Pointing left or right toes towards the sky, dropping that left heel about halfway down. Again, notice if this feels enough by just drawing in the lower rib cage and tightening the belly, or adding on by lifting the chest, lifting the chin here, and slowly bringing those fingertips to touch behind your right knee. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. And 1. Big breath in, knees in, back of the head on the earth. Good job. So one more really powerful asana here for our solar plexus. So your options are to lift the feet back up, legs up the wall, holding on to either side of your mat. I prefer to make a diamond shaped with my hand, pointer fingers and thumbs touching, and resting my hands underneath my tailbone. You can also place a block here if that feels better. Awesome. So lifting those feet right back up. And as you exhale, you find your edge. Maybe it's halfway down. Maybe you're able to bring those heels to hover. Notice that your spine wants to peel up. So making sure that you're in a place where you can still have your spine feeling nice and safe. All of the energy here on your solar plexus, feel that shake. Beautiful. Lift it all the way back up. Exhale, lower to your edge. Maybe it's halfway, maybe it's all the way. To add on a little challenge, open up the legs here and then send the big toes to touch. Open up the legs here, big toes to touch. Last one, open up the legs, big toes to touch, and we draw the feet back, legs up the wall. Love it. One more, I promise. Big breath in. Find your edge or slowly come into a posture that feels good as you rest while we move through this final one. Inhale, opening the legs away from one another, and then big toes to touch. Inhale, open. Exhale, touch. Last one. Inhale to open. Exhale to touch. Draw the knees in. Remove those hands from underneath the spine. Rock it out. And then when you're ready, lowering the feet down to the earth. Whew. Press your feet into the earth. Lift your spine. Place it back down. Maybe heel toe the feet out to the corner edges of your mat to slowly windshield wiper the knees. Feels really good to bring the arms out to a T and just let your knees fall left to right. Good work. Love a strong practice every once in a while. And as we slowly come back, heel toe those feet in towards one another and then walk your heels back towards your bottom. So coming into a nice bridge pose. So bridge pose is actually really nice whenever we've taken on some energy in that low back, because we're transferring the focus here to the front of the thighs and to those beautiful, powerful glutes. Okay, so placing your hands on either sides of the hips. As you inhale, starting to lift your bottom up off the earth. About halfway, I feel like I've met my edge, so I want to tuck my shoulders underneath the bottom and keep on lifting here. So in bridge pose, we want to find some sukha or some ease here. So find pada bandha, those four corners of your feet. Inhale, lift all 10 toes up off the earth, and then exhale, really press those toes into the earth. Our thighs and our buns are our strongest muscles, so we can stay here for 10 more seconds. Breathing in, breathing out. You've got this. Maybe tucking your chin and watching that big, beautiful belly inflate with air. And then slowly coming down. We're here for 5, 4, 3. Feeling that in our glutes now. We're here for 2. Big breath in. And slow as you possibly can, start to lower down. Take a moment to pause, untuck the shoulders, and then keep on lowering the hips down. Adjust so that your body feels really grounded. And then I love to invite you into this micro movement, hands to the hips. So we're just going to rock the hips. So your spine is going to stay on the earth. You're not lifting your bottom. You're just going to inhale and rock your hips towards your heels. You'll feel a nice opening and an arch in the back as your spine leaves the earth. On an exhale, rock your hips back towards your heart. Press all the air out and anchor your spine fully to the earth. Inhale, rock your hips forward, create an arch in the back. This is so therapeutic for the low back. Exhale, really press all the air out and press your spine to the earth. One more. Inhale as you rock the hips forward and create that arch in the back. Big exhale as you press your spine to the earth. Should feel really good. And then we just come back to neutral. Awesome time for a twist here, hands out to the left and right. Arms are out to a T. You know what kind of twist your body is calling for. So I personally love to cross my right knee over my left, bring the left knife edge of my foot onto the earth, and then lower my knees to the left. If that's a little too much, you just dropping your knees to the left is perfectly fine. Gaze to the sky, or perhaps you gaze over your right fingertips. Open up that side body, close your eyes, and almost feel that beautiful phoenix rising from the red light at the base of the spine, moving through the orange and the yellow, creating that fire, that heat. What you want wants you back. As you step towards it, it takes 3 steps towards you. Believe in yourself, my loves. This is your life. One more big breath in. One more big breath out, maybe starting to unravel or release the bind if you've crossed the legs, gently coming back to neutral. Maybe lifting the bottom and placing it back down, finding a place for that twist on the opposite side. Maybe you find a bind, maybe you just lower your knees to the right. Close your eyes, soften your gaze, and be here now. There is no other moment than right now. This present moment is so pure and so clean, not muddied with thoughts of the past or the future, but just allowing the pureness of what is, your sensations in the body, the space between the thoughts, the breath bringing prana to each and every cell. You are here. Taking one more big breath and sending that prana anywhere that you need it. And then starting to unravel if you found that bind, coming back to neutral, maybe drawing your knees into your chest as you scoop the bottom and prepare for our final Shavasana, inviting you to move in any way that feels organic or move into any asana we didn't cover today. And then perhaps bringing the bottoms of the feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. Or just moving into the Shavasana of your choice, maybe finding a soft blanket, an eye covering, whatever you need to let your practice fully sink in, to arrive here now. Invite yourself into the moment. Welcome to this present moment now. Reminding you that every breath and every step you've ever taken has led you right here. The purity and the perfection of this moment is all there is. Soften into it. Allow your eyes and your forehead and your jaw to release. Allow your shoulders to soften, your belly to open and expand. Allow your hips to release. Soften around any tension. Each one of your chakras illuminated, balanced, breathing, pulsing and flowing with light. Drawing your awareness to your navel as you feel the rise and fall of your belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Giving yourself permission to stay here, to rest, to let go, to float in the space that's been created. Or perhaps starting to add some depth to your breath, starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe reaching the hands overhead for a big stretch. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Gently starting to draw the knees in towards the chest, maybe rocking side to side or finding a place to lay down or roll over to your left or right hand side. Honor yourself right where you are. And when you're ready, placing your hands to the earth and finding your way back to your favorite seated posture. When you've reached that place of foundation and safety, perhaps bringing your palms to touch and resting your thumbs against the sternum, lowering your chin and closing your eyes. Reminding you one more time that this moment now is pure, is clean, and is full of potential. Encouraging you to authentically step in. If there is something that you need to say, say it. If there is a relationship that you need to heal, heal it. If you need to say, I love you, say it now. This is the only moment that exists. Do not wait. Use the heat we have just created, the fire that is burning within you, to help you to step in to what it is you need. If it is in your practice to do so, join me in placing your hands over your third eye, reminding you always that the light in me sees and honors the light in you. I love you beyond words. Please do take my love with you out into your day. Bowing forward in oneness and sameness. Namaste.